So, I just had a call there with the lovely Ian Delaney, and he is attending Warrior Men. I'm trying to do both screens here at the same time. He is coming to Warrior Men this Monday evening at 7 p.m. in Barlow House. So, what I want to it's all right me banging on about it and explaining how brilliant it is in from my perspective. However, what better is if you speak to the client and the client tells you exactly what Warrior Men is, feels like, how it's run, the things that we discuss, what the after effects are, the benefits, the value, all that kind of crack. So let's see if we can find Ian Delaney. It says that there's 5 people watching there, but it's not showing me who's watching. And Ian did say that he's not very proficient in doing the live streams. So I'm not sure that he is set up properly. Request to be in your broadcast. Allow viewers to send your request to join your broadcast. Oh God, yeah. Why has that? Add viewers to your broadcast. Okay, here we go. Sorry now, guys. Please be patient with me. Ian Delaney, I'm here. Okay, let me see. Ian Delaney, approve. Here we go. Add. Thank you. I bet you. Get his technical self together. Good afternoon, Mr. Delaney.
Hello!
How are you?
Am I live?
You are live.
Hello, guys.
How are you keeping, Ian?
I'm super fantastic. Yeah. All
How
good.
does it feel to have the screen all to yourself?
Yeah, it's unusual. Ah!
He ruined it.
She's never far
He
away, Nicola.
ruined it. Oh, get out of here, Amanda Delaney. It's not about you today.
She just couldn't give me that. She just couldn't. It's not in her to give me the
Stole
screen
your
all.
thunder, Mr. Delaney. The
Find
cheek of
every
her.
man is an amazing woman.
I'm not
no way. This is becoming a family affair. Come here,
Oh,
just
she's gassed.
come over here for a second. Oh no, she's not. She's crossing her eye. She's not. Molly is crossing.
Okay. This probably might be a really good intro, actually, when Amanda just said there that behind every great man is a wonderful woman. Hi, Molly. I suppose the reason why I asked you,
Okay.
you're being bullied.
I'm being
The
bullied.
reason why I asked you to come on live with me is because I was saying at the start there, it's grand me talking about Warrior Men from my perspective, but it's extremely important for people to understand what Warrior Men is like from the user's perspective.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
we're
what's
into
your
the
experience of it so far?
Well, my experience so far, we're into the third one now. Okay, and the excitement is still the same. You know, I just actually can't wait to go down and both meet the Warrior Men that have been at some of the previous events, and also to meet any new people that are coming as well. Because there's such a buzz, there's such an excitement. Just feels like we're doing something different. We're doing something that's not out there at the moment. We're doing something that is I know is beneficial for men. I know it's beneficial for men and needs to be done more. You know, and it's about expressing yourself a little bit. It's about, you know, sharing experiences and sharing your feelings in many ways as well. And
for sure.
it's just something that's probably, there's not many platforms that men can do that out there. And that's what I think is so important about it. Yeah.
In a safe environment, Ian.
Very much so. Very much so. If you want to contribute something, if you want to be a listener, it doesn't matter. You know, that way it's a safe environment to be there. You know, and there's either things that you'll hear or things that you'll be able to speak yourself. That is definitely going to be of personal benefit to you. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. And do you find, Ian, since your first one, that the tools that you took away and the information that you learned, how has that impacted you since the first one, Ian?
Well, can I give an example then?
Please, that'd be perfect. I'd love that.
I'm going to give you an example of something. And now I would generally consider myself to be quite a confident enough person, but not
Yeah.
without challenges as well, as everybody is. Like, there isn't a single
sure.
probably person out there that doesn't have a challenge somewhere along the way in their psyche or their
Yeah.
personality, right? So here was one it was a topic that was brought up that I had submitted and was brought up on the day, and it was about my paintings, okay? And it was about my vulnerability when it came to my paintings, because there's something that, because it's so uniquely personal to me, I feel vulnerable when I open up and show my work to people, right?
Yeah.
And it was both yourself and Neil gave me that tools about that. It's your ego. That's my ego. That was my ego talking, or that's my ego worried about what other people were going to say. So whether people think the painting is great or people think the painting is rubbish, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like, because you know it's great. It doesn't make it any less great if somebody doesn't think that, if that's their opinion. And that's just
Or
an
less
example.
valuable.
Yeah, and I have used that already over the last few months. That has made me stronger, because now I realize that it doesn't matter whether what somebody else's opinion of it is. More so actually today, because I was picking up a painting from the Royal Hibernian Academy that was rejected, unselected for their exhibition. Did I blink? Did I pause? No, because I have got tools now that has been able to actually say, it doesn't matter. That's just their opinion. So it does. Does it make the painting any less great? No, no.
Oh,
Definitely.
Ian, I'm so proud of you.
That's just my experience, and that was something that came up on the first Warrior Men. So
Wow.
there's other, and I could give you other examples of what we spoke about that day. Like, some of it, like, is very personal to people, but it's just such a unique environment, and I think every man needs to be out there, because just every man needs to be at these events, because it's just not a platform that we're used to, and it's not a platform that is readily available to people. Like,
I know. And I suppose it's new as well, where guys are attending these events where you are working on your personal development. And years ago, it might have been considered to be a weakness, or,
perhaps,
a little bit girly or whatever else. But as I always say with the hashtag, men are people too. And the mind-blowing thing for me, Ian, was that on the very first day, when we sent out the email to get the topics for discussion to be sent back to us, because for those of you who don't really understand how it works, we send an email to all of the attendees asking for topics of discussion that are then sent back to us. We neutralize them, so there's no identifying factors. They're called out anonymously at the table. And what struck me most, Ian, about that is that the subjects that you guys were sending us were exactly the same as the women's.
Wow, brilliant.
And I mean verbatim, because what you were discussing there a moment ago was allowing yourself to be vulnerable and fear and judgment. We all experience that.
Yeah, male and female, it doesn't matter.
It might be in a different arena, but the feeling is still the same. The tool to heal that is still the same.
Yeah.
So would you say that you're mentally tougher now, Ian?
Yes, I would. I would definitely say I've learned, like, and you never stop learning, Nicola. And I've started my road to self-development and how would you say, empowerment. I started a long time ago, like, and consider myself to be quite a long way along that road, but you can never stop learning. You can never stop finding new tools or new things to go, and you'll always have light bulb moments. Like, trying to better yourself is something that is going to be a lifetime progress.
For sure. And I will never stop learning either.
But I hadn't connected that to being my own ego as being the cause of what that issue was. So that was such a light bulb moment at that table.
Guys struggle with that, Ian.
Guys so it was such a light bulb moment. So I've already got something precious from Warrior Men.
I remember your face. Your face turned. It was like, what? That's my, and then you started writing. You were like, that's my ego. What?
and you know what, men? For your wives at home, it's fucking great because they don't listen to me.
to you most of the time.
It's like anything, Ian. You know, Amanda is right though. I can go on and on and on and on at Neil about something, but he will go to work and do a course in his job or do a course personally or read a book, and he'll say, "Wait till I tell you what I learned," and I'm like, kind of told you that about 15 years ago, Neil. You know, and it's like even with the kids. When I go to speak in schools or last night in Shelbourne Football Club, I'm sure their parents say the same things that I say to them, but they're hearing it with different ears. Do you know what I mean?
They're hearing it from a different voice, and that's all it takes is for something to connect with you from a different voice. Yeah.
And I suppose I never thought of it like that now till Amanda just said it. But for years and years, I would have women saying to me, "Oh, my husband or my fella is like, oh, you're doing that Nicholas stuff, the I am positive mindset, oh." And it was a negative for them because the girls were making so many changes in a positive way for them, but the guys weren't really happy. So I have a solution to your problem. Let's give the guys the tools to make the changes.
Yes, very much so. Most definitely.
You know, we're counteracting it now from both sides.
Yeah. And then that is it. Like, and just sorry, we're being joined
the
again.
head of me, this training malarkey, this leaves me with no makeup and looking like crap. What they're coming up for me there is people always compliment us on how happy we seem all the time, right? Now, that's not true. You know that we have our moments. You know, we're not
same as me and Neil.
100%. But however, when the two of you are on a journey and you're both doing the work, we have solutions and we have tools in place that when stuff comes up, we're not focusing on problems, we're looking for solutions. Because we both understand how that works and how that can benefit us. And that in turn then goes into the kids. And I'm always saying it's not about just this generation, it's about the next generation and the next generation.
Absolutely.
And by doing the work like this, you're breaking the cycles of whatever negativity is being passed on from generations to you. So if you're not happy looking back at your parents and your grandparents, now is the time for you to break that chain and you to set the standards for the next generation. So they will do what we do. They will do what we do, not what we tell them. We've got to show them what happiness looks like and feels like. We've got to show them what love is. We've got to show them what solution finding is. And just by doing the work, like he won't, like Monday night there's something come up for Sam's football. I don't do the football. I've been told I'm doing the football. He will not miss.
You're doing the football on the
29th. He won't miss Warrior Man because
I want to be there.
When you're doing the work and when you're in this space, there's very few places that you can go with people that understand the journey you're on. So if you're a man and you're doing all this work alone through quotes maybe or stuff you're seeing on social media, that's wonderful. But there's nothing like taking that and voicing that and internalizing that and finding your people to share your ideas with it, your interpretation of what these quotes are doing for you. It's just even stronger. It's like building that bicep muscle. You're empowering yourself to be even stronger and finding people that are on the path that you're on.
Yeah. So, well, I'm all about, as you are too, Amanda, is creating the community. Like, I did this work a long time ago before Jesus was a baby, on my own with no internet, isolated, thinking I was a basket case. And I swore blind that I would never allow anybody, when I had the means and the power to do that I would never leave anybody on their own to do this work on their own. And that's why, Ian, I set up the Warrior Men Complimentary Group. Because you guys might learn something on Monday night and then have questions about it on Wednesday, and you're like, well, hang on a second, we covered that, but I don't understand that. That's a platform for you guys. It's like the aftercare. It's the aftercare of Warrior Men. Now, it hasn't been needed that often. There's only been one or two questions in there, or sharing, information, or this is what I did, or this is what I didn't do. It's not an overly active group, but it's not the point. It's there if it's needed. At some point, somebody will need it. They will be stuck between a rock and a hard place, and all they need is their Warrior Men. And Warrior Men is not on for another 4 weeks. Straight onto the group.
Yeah, brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? It's there in the moment, and the group is up. It's running 24/7, 7 days a week. So it's there when anybody needs it who's part of Warrior Men. You only ever have to attend one of those sessions in order to become part of that group. Because I won't be leaving anybody on their own.
Being part of the group, you know, and I was just put this in the other group is, you know, when we're doing stuff and we're stretching and we're growing, and I'm not afraid to admit, it's lonely in business, in life, it can be lonely. And people, and this came up at one of our workshops when we did I don't forget the question, but loneliness came up as one of the biggest things, because we're all this busyness and we're afraid to pick up the phone. We're afraid to accept offers of a cup of tea or a chat or help, because, I can't show vulnerability. I can't show that I'm lonely. I'm admitting here on Facebook that there's times when in the afternoon or whatever, the kids are here and I'm lonely.
Yeah, for sure. I experienced it myself, Amanda.
Your brain doesn't stop working. So just stop with that. I've had Risa champion me all the way for the last month, and I'm telling you now, without her and Ian's support, this triathlon would be, I wouldn't be doing it. That's the bottom line. I wouldn't do it, because I needed them when times were tough, when I was mentally being challenged with something that I had took on. And without them saying, come on, we're going here, or we're going for this run, or I would have collapsed. So stop being lonely. Go and use the groups. Go to Warrior Men. Go into the groups. Use them. Access the people. When someone offers you a cup of tea or an ear or a Warrior Men, take it. Stop. Put your pride in your pocket. Put the pride in your pocket and help yourself.
Yeah. Now, Nigel McMorrow is watching there, as is Michael Kerr. And I suppose what I want to say to any guys who are watching this live stream right now, if you are one of those people who is feeling isolated and is feeling lonely, you know, I listened to a radio interview with Neil. We spoke about this in the Unconditionally You group there a couple of weeks ago. There was a guy on the radio said he was only 27 years old. And he said, I'm so lonely and I'm so isolated and I don't feel like I can speak to my family or my friends about this. It is so bad and so debilitating. I think I would sooner stay like this for the rest of my life than seek help.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It blew my mind. And that's why Neil and I did that live stream in the Unconditionally You group, which then is after spurring on lots of more questions, which me and Neil will go on and answer in time. It's trying to pin him down at the moment is like trying to plait a cloud. I'm not joking you. It's like trying to hold water in your hands.
Well, you see, this is the thing, Nicola. This is the thing about about this group, and this is the thing about this Warrior Man, is that sometimes we can't go to the people that we want to say these things to, or we can't go to those people, because so often for men it's just, what are you on about? Are you going soft, or whatever the case may be? And you get put down, and instantly you'll just retreat and go, "Oh no, I'm not bringing that up. I'm not going to tackle that, or I'm not going to think." Because it's just that impression, or it's that whatever it is, that upbringing that we have, like, that prevents us from doing that. I don't know how we are for time, but can I give you one example?
Oh, knock yourself out, Ian. You're giving me your time.
And this is from, and I'm not breaking any confidence or breaking any trust, because I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, but it was a subject that came up about telling people that we loved them, right?
Yes.
And it was something that men struggle with, like, is the people that mean the most to us, that we can't actually say these things to them, like, right?
Yeah.
So I gave an example of my father, and my father's 87 years of age, and I love the bones of him, but it's only really in the last 3 to 4 years that I've actually been telling him that I love him, right? And actually giving him a hug. And when that first started, I made a conscious decision saying, no, I love this man, I want to tell him. But it was as awkward as you could possibly get. I said it was like having a bath with socks on the first time when I said, Dad, I love you. You know, that way, like, and our hugs, our hugs were like kind of,
too bored.
Now we bear hug. Now we bear hug. You're in. Now he says he loves me back, like, right? Aww. I waited 84 flipping years to do that, like, right? 83 years.
Well,
like,
you didn't wait 83
years he's alive before he hears his son. Yeah, I know. He's 83 years alive before he hears that from his son, like, okay? That's powerful. You know, that way, that it's had to wait for so long, like, because I've only got around to this now, have plucking up the courage to do this. And it's awkward at first, but it gets better the more you do it. And that's the type of things that we've been talking about. That's the type of example, like, of what I'm saying. So
for sure.
wait for the next 20 years before you can tell your son or your father or whoever it is in your life that you want to tell them that you love. Do it now, and these are the things that you learn, like, and you get better as you learn them. But don't wait for another 20 years or another 30 years. That's why you need to be at events like this.
I want to point out something that you just said there, Ian. You said, I'm not breaking confidence. I just want to share a story. It's very important. You know, confidentiality is huge for me, especially at a round table talk. And that's just a shining example of how the confidence is respected from all parties at these groups. I make it very, very clear from the get-go that's what the gig is. But another example that I want to share with you guys is there's a gentleman who has attended both of them, and he, like that, would have found it very awkward in expressing how he felt with his friends. And after the first Warrior Men, when he went for a few pints with his pals, he didn't greet them and shake their hands. He greeted them and he gave them a hug.
Yes.
And since then, through the tools that we have given him, that now he can express himself fully, he has shifted single-handedly the culture in his group of male friends. And now when they greet each other, it's always with a big bear hug and always with the, and I love you, buddy, you know?
Brilliant. And they've probably wanted to do that for years, but they haven't been able to because of what the conception might be of it. But now it's gone. That's the thing about breaking down walls and breaking down boundaries. That's what it's about. It's brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the other thing as well, Ian, you were saying there that when you approach people to speak about certain things and then you feel like you can't, maybe your friends and your family are the problem. Maybe your friends and your family are the people that you can't approach because they're the people you're having the issue with. And if that is the case, we can give you the tools and the language that you need to go and tackle that head on with tact, with confidence, and with clear, concise language, so that you know you will end up with a positive outcome. You know,
that's what I've witnessed. That's what I've witnessed in the previous 2 Warrior Men events that we've had. That's what I can't wait for Monday as well. All right.
And see the way Ian said there that we have had. It's all about we at the table. It's all about the group and the community. Ian, I am so grateful to you for your time. You are so generous. I'm very grateful to you. It's so good to hear from your perspective.
You are more than welcome.
And great to see you again. I'm seeing you a lot these days, Ian. In the kitchen.
Well, you're dating my wife, I think. That's what it is.
Say that again?
You're dating my wife, I think. Isn't that what was brought up at the breakfast?
It's what's the opposite of a bromance? What's the girl version of a bromance?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
but
that's great.
Listen, take it easy.
Because I want to see this grow, and that's why I wanted to come on this live stream as well. Because I want to see this grow. I want people to be there. I want men to be there and know that it's a safe environment to come to, like, and that you will definitely get something positive from it. I can guarantee it. All right.
Thanks, Eno. Okay. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on
Monday evening then. All right, great stuff. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.